Alright guys, let's be honest. You set up your online dating profile because you heard it's so easy to meet a great woman in the Philippines, unlike dating in the West. Or maybe you watched a Filipina P video and you thought to yourself, oh yeah, I'm gonna get one just like that. Let's go get one. Then you start filtering. Should I take one that has kids? Nope. And just like that, your pool of potential matches drops from millions to, well, pretty much nothing. What happened? I thought the Philippines was supposed to be this great conservative traditional country. Well then why are there so many babies popping out babies? We're not gonna judge that. What we're gonna do is give you the best information so that you know what to expect, and then you can find the best Filipinas to enrich your own dating experience and find a potential lifelong match. So the question is, should you give these single moms a chance or should you swipe left? There's pros and cons to both sides, so let's talk about it. Before we dive all the way in, boots on the ground. Meeting in real life is always going to give you higher chances to meet high quality Filipino women rather than on the dating sites, because that's where the girls go who are desperate, who are maybe scammers. But you want to meet the girls that are high quality, in demand, beautiful, young, intelligent, and they're the ones that usually don't have time to mess around on the dating apps. So if you're walking around in Manila, in Cebu, in Davao, in Dumaguete, you're gonna find a lot more quality women if you are just living life and you're on the street, you're just talking to people on the corner, at the shops you go to, and it's gonna open up a lot more potential for meeting high quality women. But I get it, maybe some of you aren't living here yet, maybe you're still planning your escape from the Matrix, maybe you're going on a vacation, maybe you are already here though in places like Dumaguete, Cebu, Manila, Davao, and you're ready to expand your search out to the provinces or the other islands. If that's the case, this video is for you. So before we talk about the pros and cons of whether or not you should date a single mom Filipina, you probably want to take a look at your own SMV, your sexual market value. It's going to include things like, how old are you? How much do you earn? Are you in good shape, or is that six-pack buried under years of good living? If you got money and you got the looks, sure, you might be able to get one of these Filipinas that don't have kids that are in high demand. But even if you find one, you're still not off the hook. You still have to do all your usual due diligence to make sure she's not a bot, a gold digger, a player, a bar girl, or even worse, a full-on scammer. The younger, unattached ones are rare for a reason, so landing one is going to probably take you a lot more time, effort, and resources. So with that in mind, if your SMV doesn't measure up, or if you're just looking for something a little more stable, then it might be time to reconsider your filters of no kids. Alright, so the cons of dating a single Filipina mother. Let's talk about the potential downsides first, because they're pretty obvious. Number one, limited time and attention. She's not going to have all of the time in the world to devote to you. She's going to make her kid her first priority, so she can't just drop everything to go with you to the beach or a waterfall or whatever you wanted to do. So if you're looking for somebody that can drop everything and just spend quality time with you, then that's not going to happen here. Number two, baby daddy drama. Even though this isn't likely, it's still a possibility. There could be somebody waiting in the background who's going to fill your life with drama, who's going to come around and be jealous. A lot of times what happens when the Filipina girl gets ghosted, that's how she becomes the single mother, because the guy just doesn't want the responsibility and he disappears. But there is always a chance that there's going to be somebody in the background who's going to make your life a living hell. So that's something to think about too. So it reminds me of a story that I should probably put in my expat stories playlist. This guy who is the baby daddy of this girl that I'm friends with, I met her on Tinder. We ended up just becoming friends, and I ended up hiring her later for some virtual assistance work. She basically had this ex that was pretending to be a foreigner, and so he had hacked her Facebook account. She had to create a new one, and he was also threatening to publish these pictures of her if she didn't create a dirty video and send it to him. She was like, well, I don't know, there's no one that I can even make this video with. And the guy, pretending to be the foreigner, suggested very conveniently, well then make it with your ex, but you better send it to me by 8 a.m. And so I realized who it was, and I told her right away, this is your ex that's pretending to be someone else. He's trying to pretend that it's not him, but it's obvious that it's him. Anyway, that's a crazy story. I'll put it on my other playlist and we can talk about that another time. Number three, K1 visa complications. If you are going to bring this woman back to your place in the West, then the process for bringing her with a K1 visa or other similar methods is going to be a little more time consuming. It's going to be a little more expensive, a little more complicated. So if that's in your future plans, then you probably don't want to find someone that has children that are going to need to come with her when you bring her to your country. My advice is just come to the Philippines and stay here, and it's easier. You don't have to think about it. So that's not going to affect you if that's the case. If you're able to move here, then that's just the ideal answer. Number 4, discipline issues. Not every kid in the Philippines here has discipline. They lack structure and they don't have a father figure in their life. They're probably going to act out as a result. So it's not going to be like what you're used to with well-behaved Western children. Not all of them are bad, but there's a good chance that this kid is going to be a little problem child, and he's going to be hyper, he's going to be misbehaving, and it's a little bit more stress than you might be looking for. As a foreigner stepping in, you got to keep in mind you have no authority. You're not their dad. Disciplining them is going to be a real challenge. If the kid is unruly, you could find yourself in a tough spot. Number 5, financial responsibility. Dating a single Filipina mom isn't just about the relationship. You're also signing up for the financial commitment of supporting her child. From school fees to daily expenses, you'll need to factor this into your plans. But dating a Filipina single mom is not all bad, so let's look at some of the possible upsides. Number 1, single moms have been through it. They're more mature and grounded, likely to be focused on their future and their child. So if you're looking for stability and someone who's not obsessed with clubbing every weekend, then a single mom might offer exactly that. Number 2, instant family without the diapers. For the older guys who don't want to raise a baby from scratch, dating a single Filipina mom can be a shortcut to the middle years after the kid's a little bit older and a little bit less of a handful. You get the experience without all the sleepless nights and the diaper changes. Number 3, loyal and committed. Single moms tend to be exactly that. They value loyalty and stability because they've been through a lot. They're not likely to be playing the fields. They're probably looking for someone who can offer a long-term commitment, both for themselves and for the child. Number 4, independent and hardworking. A lot of single moms are already pulling double duty. They're working hard to provide for themselves and their child. They're going to work and they're taking care of their kid. Don't think of it as you're rescuing someone here. You're probably going to be aligned with someone who already knows how to take care of themselves, and they just want the companionship to go with it. They know how to handle life. Number 5, appreciation. If you show up consistently and you treat her well, she's going to give you the appreciation because she didn't get that from her ex who gave her the child in the first place. Less drama, more gratitude. A single mom is going to appreciate your efforts more than someone who has never had to deal with those challenges. So where does this leave you? Not every Filipina fits neatly into all these categories. Some might not bring so much baggage. Some might be the perfect partner. But for the guys who are watching my channel, you're probably between 25 and 55. You're not desperate. You're not just looking for the first woman that's going to give you attention. You came to the Philippines because you're looking to go where you're appreciated. You want better quality women who are going to add value to your life. If you don't mind all of the cons that I mentioned earlier, then dating a single Filipino mother might be worth it to you. But if you're still aiming for that perfect, unattached Filipino with no kids, just remember the search might take a little longer, it might take more effort. You've got a little more competition, and it's not going to be as easy as you think. But good luck out there, my brother. Thanks for chilling. I'll see you in the next one.